Hi crafters, welcome to a double flap fold card tutorial. I'm Charee Filimoehala here at the Graphic45 office, and I am excited to teach you how to create your very own interactive fun fold card. So you can see right at the get-go, it's got this fun surprise in the beginning, and you open it up to unfold a beautiful card. In this tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to use our cut aparts from our princess paper collection and really make the most out of them, adding wow factor to your projects. These cards are great for weddings, birthdays, baby showers, and any special occasion really that you've got coming up in your life. And it's all a part of our Club G45 Volume 2 2019 series. This series has been created by our designer Robin Shakoor, and you are going to fall in love with how much fun these two projects we create this month are. To find out more about our Club G45 series, be sure to check out the details in the description below, as well as you're going to want to go ahead and subscribe too. So let's go ahead and start the fun. So let me show you up close how much fun this double fold card is. So once you untie it, you unveil the first secret, which there is a cute tiny little card inside your larger card. So it's such a super cute idea and so easy to create. So we are going to be teaching you how to create the super cute card. And all you're going to need, of course, if you are a Club G45 member, you're going to want to grab your Volume 2 kit, or anybody else, you're just going to need, we're using 3 sheets of our princess paper. We're going to use one of our chipboard pieces, some double-sided tape, and 1 sheet of cardstock. I'm using ivory, but you could grab whatever coordinates with the collection that you are using. And then, of course, you're going to want this printable project sheet that you can find in the description of this video below, and it's going to have all the step-by-step directions and dimensions in there for you for this card, so it's easy to follow along. And then we just need just a bit of ribbon. So let's go ahead and get started. You go ahead and cut out all of our pieces all at the beginning so we can put away our cutting board and just have some fun putting it all together. So the first thing we want to do is grab our loveliest of all, and we are going to cut this to 10 by 5¼ inch. And then with our next sheet of paper, we've got Roses for Royalty. This one is so gorgeous on both sides, and we are going to cut this one to 4 by 5¼ You can see, so beautiful on both sides. And then we are going to cut a smaller piece to 1¼ by 5¼ and then last we're going to have a 3 by 4 piece. And that's all from Roses for Royalty. Then with Your Highness, we are just going to take some of these 3 by 4 cutouts. We are using 3 of these, but of course you're going to want to make more than 1 card. So I would advise when you're using, when you're going to make more cards and you're making a few of these, there is one of these that we have left over that you can use. But there are some other fun sheets in that princess paper line or any of our papers. You can see there's this cut apart sheet as well. That is great to utilize those 3 by 4s here, or you can even cut down these larger 4 by 6s and make them work in the 3 by 4 format as well. And then with an ivory cardstock 12 by 12 sheet or any coordinating sheet, we are going to cut out 2 4 by 5¼ mats. And then we are also going to cut out a 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. This is for our front cover mat. And then we're going to do a smaller piece for our small flap. That's 1 3/8 by 5 3/8. And last, we've got a 6 1/4 by 4 1/8. And again, all these measurements are in that project sheet, so no need to rush around and write all these measurements down, because you can just print that out. So on the instructions sheet, it lets you know that if you'd like to ink your card, that after you cut all the pieces, that's a great time to go ahead and do that. This card has not been inked or painted up, and it looks beautiful as is. So if you want to keep this quick and easy, go ahead and just do it like that. But as a part of our volume 2, one of the fun techniques we used in our jewelry trinket box tutorial is we shabby chic'd up those roses. So I was thinking it would be fun to do the same with our card that we are creating for volume 2, our club kit. So just taking some ivory acrylic paint, and you could use any brush or paper towel or even your fingertips, and really we want to just get those edges and then just do a little bit of antiquing, making it, you know, imperfections really make it look beautiful. So you can see, just want to kind of get all those edges, and then after we ink all of our pieces, then we can go ahead and put those to the side to dry. All right, now that everything has been painted up, or if you chose to ink your edges, if you've inked your papers up, we can go ahead and start creating. So the first thing we're going to want to do for step 2 is do a little bit of scoring. So we are going to take our loveliest of all, the horizontal stripes are going to be the inside of our card, and we are going to score this at 4 1/4 and 8 1/2. So starting at 4 1/4, and then again at 8 1/2. And we can go ahead and use our bone folder to score at those lines. And this is just creating our beautiful card base. So for the second part of step 2, we are going to decorate the inside of our card base. So just taking 2 of the mats that we cut to 4 by 5 1/4, we are going to add some adhesive to the backs of these and then put those into our larger panels. I am using some double-sided tape of the 1/4 inch from Scrapbook Adhesives by 3L. This is some really great heavy-duty tape, and I love how easily the back peels off from there. So I'm just using, you could use a bone folder or any flat surface. It's nice. I'm using just the lid of my Decades ink to cut those, and then it also helps adhere our strips onto our ivory cardstock. And then I'm just going to peel off those back strips. So easy breezy. And then this is going to go down. It's kind of nice to know where your fold lines are, so you know where the center, how to center your mats. So now that I believe that I have a nice 1/8 of an inch border all the way around, I'm going to go ahead and take my bone folder and just seal it into place. And then we'll do the same with our second mat that was also measured at 4 by 5 1/4. Again, I just want to know where my score lines are so I can get this nice and centered. Right, and then again, now that I finally found my placing, it took a while that time, we'll go ahead and seal it down. So far easy and looking beautiful, and that cardstock really helps to give it a nice extra weight, and then it provides lots of space for writing your sentiments and making it personal. So now we're taking one of those cut aparts that we already cut out, and I've already added the adhesive to the back. And as you can see, I've done this just in a U shape. I always like to keep my options open, so by doing that and making sure that my one side that is going to adhere is my left hand side, I can put this still in the center of my left panel, but now I have created a nice little text space. So if I did want to include maybe a photo or a gift card or some money or something else, I could always tuck it in here and then just have a little bit of, maybe that cash sticking out right there, which would be a great card to receive. Step 3, we are moving on to the outside of the card. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to adhere our Roses for Royalty, that's 4 by 5 1/4, to our largest ivory mat, which is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So you want to make sure you're not using that other large ivory piece, because that is going to be our double fold part of the card. And then again, just center this on that mat and then seal it all down with our bone folder. So cute. So now just going to take our backing off the back of our mat, and we can seal this down to our card front. It's really nice to use either our patterns and solids or some cardstock when you're making layered projects like layouts or cards, because it really, having that nice simple background just really makes each layer pop. All right, and burnish this down. And now we are moving on to our outer flap. So we're going to take this Roses for Royalty strip that we cut down. We are going to again mat it onto our ivory strip that we cut out earlier. Like so, and seal that down, and then we'll remove the tape backing off there, and then this is going to go just right on to this little flap on our card base that we have created. So, excuse me, bumping the camera. You can hear our office mascots, Henry and Issa, are active this morning. Alrighty, so far looking good. Our next step is we are going to take some ivory ribbon. We are going to cut out a few pieces, but you can use any coordinating ribbon. The first piece that we are going to use is about a 12-inch piece. And it can really be anything that matches whatever collection you're working with, and whatever width you prefer. Since this is a smaller card project, I like the smaller widths, but in the center we're going to take that double-sided adhesive, and then just taking one end of that 12-inch ribbon piece, go ahead and put that down, and then this is going to eventually wrap around the back, and then it will tie right here in the front. Step 4 is creating our note card. So we're taking that 6 1/4 by 4 1/8 ivory cardstock that we cut out, and we are going to score this right in half, which is going to be 3 1/8 where we are going to score. So just going over that a few times. Now we can take our bone folder, which just put one of them away, but luckily I have another one out, and go ahead and crease on our score line. And now we have started to create our note card, which is going to pop onto the front of our card. So it's a little bit of, since we normally create cards that go this way, it kind of goes against how we normally think. So you want to make sure that when you're gluing your other pieces down, that you are remembering that this goes against the grain. So now we can just start adhering our inside pieces down. So the first thing we are going to do is take this 3x4 Roses for Royalty that we cut out earlier, and that is going to be adhered right in on the right hand side. And then we're going to take this fun little journaling space that we cut out and adhere it down onto the left hand side. So this is a great that you can add an extra little sentiment up here right when they first open the card, and also this is a great space for a photo if you want to make it extra personal. And then the next thing we want to do is make sure we've got our pieces down in the right order. So everything is right side up. This is going to go down here, but before we glue on our last little photo mat, we want to take another piece of coordinating ribbon, this time at 10 inches, and this time we are going to adhere this down to the center. So first I'm going to glue my card base down. So just onto next to the score line, because our flap here is about, what was that, like 1.5 inches, 1.25 inches. You don't want your adhesive to go further than that. So just keep that in mind and go ahead and adhere this down. Yeah, if our adhesive goes past the flap, then we are going to glue the whole thing, the whole flap down together. So you can see we're in the clear. Now we can just burnish this down. Looking good. And now that I have this adhered down, I can match up my 2 ribbon pieces and make sure that I'm putting my adhesive in the right place. So just matching it up with my other ribbon that I've already put down, and I'm going to glue it. You know, I want my ends to be around the same, but I want also it to be nice and sturdy, so I think having at least 1.5 inches to 2 inches of adhesive will keep this ribbon where we want it to be. Voila. And then we can add our last little photo mat. But isn't it so fun how this all comes together, and it's so simple. So I think this would be great for any occasion, but especially with this princess collection, I think weddings, showers, bridal showers, Mother's Day, or any occasion would be really great, like feminine occasions, that is. Our last step is just grabbing one of those chipboard pieces from the collection, and I'm going to pop out that center, and then grabbing just a bit of ribbon. This is about 5 inches of ribbon. I'm going to fold this in half, and then from the front, I'm going to thread that through the front, and then once I have my loop formed, grab those 2 tails and pull. That has created a super cute little pulley that will be a great addition on our front cover. It says, "If the crown fits," and now we can just adhere this down. This card came together so well, so super cute. And then our last step is just to fold it all, or tie that bow. We hope you are enjoying these fun tutorials. Be sure to do our jewelry box tutorial as well. You're going to have a blast working with our new rose bouquet sets. And tie that down, and there you have it. Cute, shabby chic, double fold card, and super easy to make. Be sure to share your projects with us on social media just using the hashtag Club G45. And of course, if you want to see more tutorials, subscribe to our YouTube, like this video. We appreciate you following us and all your kind words and feedback. Happy paper crafting.